I know you can't talk a lot about like what's going to happen, but
I can't tell you anything else.
well, no,
What's wrong with you? Kill me.
I know you would
People in
die.
here would really, I mean, get angry.
Right. Well, you said you're doing a movie and you're filming that, which means that there's some kind of continuation from the series.
No, series over.
So series over.
Series is done.
And
The
we're
last
not-
thing you see at the end of season 4 is the last thing of the show.
So we don't have to die waiting for another.
No,
year
the
for some
movie,
kind of-
the movie's like season 1, 2, 3. It's like Razor. It looks back and tells the story of people that you never got to see very much in season 1, and so it's going to be better than season 1.
You will be so happy that they made this movie, I can't even tell you. Because it really pulls the whole thing together. Boy, it's going to be released after the show's over. So when you cut back in on it and you start to read this and you start to see this and you get these 2 hours, you're going to, and it might be longer, but it will be on the DVD, it will be longer. But you know, the 2 hours that you'll see will be fantastic. And yes, he is the star of the show. So you will learn an awful lot about a lot of things, which is going to really, it's great for him. As an artist, I can't tell you what it does for him. So yes, right there with the hat.
I'm the one that gave you the vote.
I loved the boat. She gave me the boat.
So I got two questions. Are you
Go ahead.
planning on smashing the boat?
No, I wasn't planning on smashing the other one either. Game plan, I'm gonna smash this boat. You know, they shouldn't have told me that, you know, Starbuck was dead. And I want to smash the boat. Especially since they just set me down and goes, "You're working on this boat." Oh. While this, oh yeah, okay, great. Here we go.
Eddie, don't touch those cookies.
Second question, go ahead.
Are you involved at all with the spin-off series Caprica?
No, that's 50 years before us.
55 years before us, and I am approximately 7 years old. So I come out at Willie Adams. That's what they call me, Willie. Willie! And our family name was Adams. So, you know, it wasn't Adama, it was Adam. So, and then my father finally turns around, realizes what he's doing to all of us.
That guy.
That guy, go.
I never thought it was possible for an actor to intimidate me through the screen.
I know Mary's terrifying, isn't she? She's here in life. She's horrifying.
He's talking about me, okay?
I said Mary.
But some of your scenes, when you are restrained with anger, it scared the hell out of me. I literally thought you were going to reach the screen.
Imagine being this close to him.
How do you prep yourself for that? What do you think about some familiar characters?
It's about hitting the truth at the moment, and it's being there. It's really being in the moment, and your moment to moment has to connect. And that's really the basics of understanding what this craft is. And it's nothing more than being there. Anyone can do this. You've all had the ability to practice being honest, being real, touching your emotions, feeling those emotions. And you've all expressed it in some way. Now, try doing it with everybody. Try doing it with everybody in the room, and everybody's standing there, and they're all waiting, and there's like 55 people back there going like this, and they go, okay, ready? And quiet! Quiet! Shut up, everybody!
And show me your emotions.
Action! And it's true, man. It's like the most uncomfortable, ridiculous place to try to be real. That's the problem. There's no reality in what you're faced with at that exact moment, so you have to create it instantaneously. So, I mean, basically, I've been doing this for so long now that my preparation is making sure that I understand the words, because basically, I'm not like him. He never, ever, ever pre-prepares his lines. He comes and learns them on the set. And Susan Sarandon and a lot of artists do that. They want to keep it as fresh as possible so that they're really finding what it is that people are saying. I in turn work.
I thought I was just lazy.
That's good though.
I was
That's better.
being kind.
That's better. I like that better.
Me personally, I work, I'm dyslexic, so I work on a very different level of understanding. So I don't know anything of what the other actors are gonna say. I get all my script and I narrow it down to one paragraph. And then I marry that paragraph. And I have no breaks in it, there's no, commas or anything, periods, anything. It's just one solid understanding of everything. And then I have to listen to the other person I'm working with to see how in the world does this fit? Where do I talk? I mean, when do I have to say it, Oh, it goes right here, I can tell. And then you say it. And then you're listening, because the art of listening is really what that's all about. People have said to me, you don't say very much, but yet, even when they come to you, you're really, like in Miami Vice, ridiculous. I mean, that was one place where I never said, I took words, entire scenes I would take out, and I'd just say, just shoot me standing there listening. But don't you just, no, I'm not gonna say any of this. Just let me listen, and then I'll just look at the guy and say, book him. Let the audience put the feeling and the words into what is happening. And the same thing with this character. This character listens really intensely, as did Jaime Escalante, as did all the other characters. So they listen, and that's one of the ways that I've done it. And so it's not that you go off and, I remember James Dean when I was studying, and they would tell me James would rip. If he had the scene where his father and him are having the big thing in From Here to Eternity, and he's coming down the stairs, and his father looks at him and he cracks his father, you don't love me, you don't love me. Well, he was in his trailer before the scene started, completely annihilating it, and just people heard screaming and wailing and everything. And it was a different method, Martin Sheen for Apocalypse Now, he whacked out of his mind when he did the drunk scene. He was just bombarded, man. And I went to work. Remember when I went to work? You went, yeah, no, I don't think you were there. I do a scene where I'm completely wasted, completely whacked out of my mind as Adama, and I went to the set, whacked out of my mind, but acting. It was whacked out of my mind. So, and pretty soon everybody's going, oh shit, he's really fucked up. Ed, why don't you sit down and, hey, sit where? And so I did the scene, and of course, it's crazy, it's ugly, and I do it. And then when it was over, I just, thanks a lot, guys, it was great. But to do the same thing, the method, it's the madness of that method which makes you who you are. So basically, everybody has their own style, and everybody does it different.
Callis stayed up for 3 days before 33, when we were all supposed to be really tired at the beginning. Yeah,
and he couldn't work.
He stayed up and got drunk 3 nights in a row and just kept stayed up. And when he came to work, he was so sallow and sunken, and I mean, even pastier white than his British pasty whiteness. And I thought he looked like death warmed over. It was unbelievable. I went to makeup and got the same effect. I slept for 11 hours. I think I played hockey.